It's going to be really weird.
Yes. All right. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube.
Hello! Let me fix that. So it looks like we have a elongated belly.
All right. Well, welcome to YouTube to our first inaugural sports podcast.
This is really weird.
Okay. And Ed.
What's up, guys? Fourth Line Wonders here. We are officially on both streams now. We are on Facebook and we are on YouTube at the same time. What's up, Papa Jet? This is really odd. This is going to take some getting used to.
Yes, it is.
All right, so we'll make a separate video for YouTube later, but we're going to just get into what we do here. We are the Fourth Line Wonders. Tonight we are one short because he decided to go on a last-minute trip, but he needs it, so he needs to get out of town.
Yeah.
That's all details that I will give.
So we're going to try this. We're going to see how it works.
Yep.
And we'll go from there. Hopefully the YouTube thing pans out.
Hopefully. We'll see what happens. Ref sucks. End of story. Saints got screwed.
Real quick for any YouTube viewers out here now or later, we are a non-professional sports podcast. Broadcast. There are usually three of us, but as he said, one of them is missing tonight. We don't ever claim to be professional. We just talk shit and
Hi, Holly.
We just talk shit and talk sports. That's what we like to do. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. We'll see.
I just realized the lighting is different on both.
A little bit, but it's okay. I think it's because of the lamp.
That wouldn't make sense.
No, I mean the. I thought it was brighter on this. It's brighter on that one. I don't know. Anyway.
Whatever. Like we said, we're not professionals.
Nope.
Oh, look, Holly joined us. All the way from here in Delaware. By the way, we're live in Delaware. So that was a little bit of background. We're actually going to make probably a small little video fully introducing ourselves on YouTube later on. But as you see from the title of tonight for Facebook, Super Bowl 53 is set. I have some gripes about this.
Yes.
Some major gripes about this, but we'll get to that in a second. We're going to break down Championship Sunday, and we're going to skip over the first game for a moment. We're going to talk about the Patriots and the Chiefs really quick, rallying to beat the Chiefs in overtime. So that is not surprising, honestly.
No.
But
don't mind me. I'm going to check something.
You're going to check something? What are you checking?
The video, the voice is going in onto YouTube.
Really?
Like the microphone's not moving.
Okay. Well, he checks on that, and I've got to look at stuff. Checks on that, and I've got.
Okay. It's working. Never mind. My mistake.
Hi, Gertie, and my favorite future father-in-law. What the hell? No, what is this?
I think it's a bunny.
Is it a bunny? It's got so many legs.
I don't know. Anyway.
Fuck New England. I agree. But I hope we can actually curse on YouTube.
We'll find out.
Yep. If we get kicked off of YouTube, you know why.
But yeah, Super Bowl 53 is now set.
Yes, so the Patriots beat the Chiefs in overtime. And God damn it.
Might have to ignore the chat.
We might have to ignore the chat. But that's what makes us fun. Agreed. So what do you think of the Patriots and the Chiefs? I like the game.
Overall, it was a good game. I mean, there's always...
Your sound is fucked up.
I mean, you're always going to have... it's always going to be a heated game with the Patriots involved.
That's what makes us fun.
So, fucked up to me. Sounds fine to me.
Yeah, sounds fine. All right. I like the game. I thought it was relatively clean. There are some calls that shouldn't. That's a tail.
No, it is fucked up through Facebook. It's tough.
That
Not
always
for me.
happens.
It was fine on my phone.
Okay.
Whatever.
But yeah, it was a close game. I mean, it really was.
Well, like I was saying with it, it was relatively discussion on 105.7 The Fan today.
They were talking about it. I'm
Oh,
assuming.
yeah, probably. We'll get into that in a minute. But where I was going with this is compared to the Rams Saints, which trust me, we have a lot to talk about with that.
Yeah.
It was a relatively clean game. There were a few missed calls. None as blatant as the one in the Saints game, but of course we got a lot to go with that.
I mean, really, the only missed call I saw in that game.
Gershaw.
I want to talk about
and
that.
they really should be able to challenge all calls.
I want to talk about that.
We're going to talk about that. That is something that's come up multiple times throughout the day today, and I really do want to get into that. But hold that thought for a little bit.
But yes,
Maybe should have went to OT.
there was one call that everyone's talking about, so we got to acknowledge it, and that was the roughing the passer call on Brady.
What roughing the passer call on Brady?
Exactly. If that's roughing the passer, I don't even know if I want to watch football
It's
anymore.
because it's Tom Brady.
No, I actually can kind of see from the perspective of the ref. If you look at it, the perspective of the ref, he is behind the play. He sees a hand go down into Brady's face.
Yeah. That mouse is fucking sick.
Well,
Okay, bring it down.
but my point being is, from the ref's perspective, that does look like that.
That is correct, but that comes back to John's point.
Yes.
Should you be able to challenge it?
Can we talk about the Rams Saints first before we
Yes.
get into that conversation?
Yes, we
Because that is part of my conversation tonight. In fact, that's actually going to be part of the Spitfire too. Yeah, that was there too.
Yes.
Really fine.
Just don't be too loud.
Nah, we'll be all right. Plus, I'm also talking a little bit louder because we got
I know.
two mics going on. So let's talk about the Rams Saints. So obviously the Patriots are moving on. They're going to be taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
Yes.
It should be the Saints.
Should be.
The main reason behind this, because with 1 minute and 45 seconds left, the Rams cornerback hit number 11. I forgot what his name is.
I honestly don't remember. I can look it up.
Yeah, you look that up while I talk about
I
this.
think it's Murphy. No, not Murphy.
I don't think it's Murphy.
Anyway,
You look that up while I talk about this. Everyone's seen it by now. It was the cornerback hit the wide receiver off the play of the ball, didn't even look back at the ball. I'm not going to call the helmet because I feel like that was sort of inadvertent contact of the helmet. Oh, well, that's not surprising. But it was
Lewis.
Lewis?
Tommy Lee Lewis,
Tommy Lee Lewis.
number 11.
Okay. Tommy Lee Lewis. I feel like he should be related to Tommy Lee Jones. I'm sorry. He was pushed out of bounds as the ball was near them.
That's pass interference
That's defensive pass interference.
because he pushed him out of bounds, didn't make a play for the ball at all.
Didn't even look at the ball. Didn't even look back at the quarterback.
No. So that is strictly by the law pass interference.
So I get it. We understand match penalties and stuff like that, and maybe they maybe making up for a blown call beforehand. We get all that. We're hockey fans. We understand that. But this is one of the biggest games of the year.
Yep.
And this is where it comes into our conversations that are going on in the chat right now, and the article that I just glanced over and
Yeah,
saw.
found it too.
Should penalties be challengeable, especially pass interference.
I don't. I think they should be reviewable. Definitely. I'm on the fence about challenging until you can get a system in place. Because we all saw what happened in the NHL when you instituted challenges. Every play, challenge. Challenge.
Yes, and
Challenge.
I brought up this part of it. What if they do what NHL does, and have someone out in New York watching these games
Yeah.
and calling down? Because think about it, they already called down if a player gets hit in the head to mandatorily pull them from the next play.
Agreed.
You know,
So how much more would it be just to go, hey, about that play?
you might want to double check that. But where does it get too much? Do you implement a penalty system on top of that? Maybe like a 5-yard delay of game penalty or something like that.
I feel okay with that.
If it's false,
Yeah, if you challenge a play and it turns out to be false, 5-yard delay game.
yes.
And that way there's a check and balance kind of thing going. So you actually have to question whether you want to challenge this play.
And of course, you need to limit it. You need to keep it limited.
Yeah.
They already are only allowed 2 challenges per game.
Or even take away a timeout. That really hurts teams.
Well, that's already in place.
Yeah,
If they lose the challenge, they lose the
that's true.
timeout. So that's already there.
That's true.
But now you're talking about adding on these extra challengeable calls, such as pass interference or holding or stuff like that, that could really hinder the flow of the game. So I would do
a 5-yard,
5-yard, 10-yard, something like that penalty.
I think 5-yard would be enough. Enough, incentive.
What is delay of game? Is that 5-yard?
Yeah.
Okay, then 5-yard.
I'm 99% sure.
Check the penalty on that because if you're right, it's 5-yard, then I would keep it 5 yards because technically, you know what? That's a delaying of the game.
We watch too much hockey.
Good job.
5 yards.
5 yards, 5-yard penalty. I'm okay with that.
Yep.
But should they still give it to like booth review in the final 2 minutes?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you do that for touchdowns anyway.
No, those are automatically reviewed, even if it's not. Even if it's,
most of these, what I'm saying is these should be automatically reviewed.
I absolutely agree.
To a point.
Yes.
Not to a point where it's going to make the game 17 hours long because everything's getting reviewed for 30 seconds or 40 seconds.
Right.
But there should be some accountability to be like, hey, you might want to check that play.
Right. And we've even seen it in hockey where they'll call down and say, hey, that's actually a double minor. You might want to change that.
Right. Or, in hockey, you have people, I think, in the arena who call the head coach and go, or, hey, you want to challenge that?
It comes down from Toronto, too.
Yeah, but
you're talking
each
about
team,
if you want to challenge. Yeah,
each team has their own people who look at a play and go, hey, that was offside. You might want to challenge that.
Yeah, and NFL has that actually. Well, NBA has people, I don't know where their office is, but still, they have people call in and say, hey, that was a flagrant 1 or a flagrant 2.
Yeah.
You need to really pay attention to that. And MLB, I forgot what MLB has, but they have something.
Yeah.
I know they have something. I can't remember what they have. But their review and stuff like that is brand spanking new, so they're still trying to work that part out. So, yeah, they need to do something. You can't allow this to go on any longer.
No.
The officiating over the last couple of weeks has sucked balls.
Yeah, it's been horrendous.
In
both championship games, really.
Yeah,
and then even moving into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw many blown calls in the playoffs.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that would have changed the result of some of these games. Thank you.
He said some.
This is the
But
only
you are
game.
correct.
This is the only game that I will sit here definitively, and say it would have changed the result of the game.
Agreed.
absolutely would have changed the
The
result. of the
roughing the
game.
passer call, you have no idea what would have happened.
Correct.
There were still 6 minutes in that game.
Mhm.
Yes, it would have given Kansas City another chance at the ball, but they could have thrown an interception first thing. You don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't.
This is one of those situations where I will say this penalty would have changed the result of the game, and we'll be talking about the New Orleans Saints versus the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Agreed.
Because there was a minute 45 left, it would have been 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. The Saints would have just ran the ball and run the clock down to the 4 seconds left and kicked the game-winning field goal. Done. On to Atlanta.
Yep, agreed.
But instead, you missed a blatant call.
Mm-hmm.
Blatant call.
100% agreed.
And it bothers me because this is why we do this. We do this because we love sports. We love watching football. We love watching hockey. We can tolerate basketball. We can tolerate baseball, all the other little sports. But then you have this extra element called the refs that kind of destroy it.
Yep.
Luckily, in baseball and basketball, the refs aren't really that big of a deal. Hockey
Luckily,
and
yes.
football, they are there.
And refs should never decide games,
I agree with that.
ever.
And this was one of those. Hey, look, it's a Holly. My Holly.
Yes, it was a Holly.
But yes, refs should never decide a game, no matter what level you're on.
Yep.
Ever.
I absolutely agree with that. So, moving on.
That's all we got to say about that.
I have more for that later, but, So now we know who it's going to be, who you got. Patriots or Rams?
I know who I want to say.
I know you want the Rams. Everyone wants the Rams.
It's hard to call.
I'm going to
It's
be.
going to be a close game.
This is where it's going to be. We both want the Rams. We know that.
I'm actually going to call New England. It hurts me.
Well, we want the Rams.
That's
my point.
100% the Rams. But
I'm thinking New England will take this because
Yeah.
I cannot see Jared Goff getting through that Patriots defense. I cannot see the Rams defense stopping the Patriots offense.
no.
You look at the running game for both teams. You have Todd Gurley, who has
Well, it's Todd Gurley.
You have he has leg issues right now.
Disagree. NBA needs them.
No. That's not what we're saying. We're saying NBA, the refs there are not as prominent. They are needed, but they're not as prominent. They don't decide games. I'll put it like that. Not as bad as the NFL.
But yeah, I think New England.
Todd Gurley being hurt right now.
Really, it just screws LA.
Todd Gurley's hurt. Cooper Kupp has been out with his torn ACL. And I just don't think Jared Goff has enough weapons around him to really take it home. But
We could be wrong.
we could be very wrong. This is why we do what we do. This is why we say what we say. And, if Patriots win, I will be a jinx. Red Sox and Pats winning back-to-back when I move here. Yeah. At least sigh. So
It hurts, but
we
Patriots-
want the Rams, but we both have a feeling it's going to be the Patriots.
Six.
I'm not going to ask about the biggest surprise because we know about the biggest surprise.
Number 6.
I know. All right, moving into a few other little tidbits around the league. Cowboys officially let go of their offensive coordinator. Much needed. That
Yes.
offensive coordinator in the last 5 years has 2 playoff wins
Something like that.
to show for it. Hasn't really developed Dak Prescott as a major threat in the league.
Agreed.
Has let go of several key players. You allowed them to slip through your finger. Now, granted, they were getting old.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Ware, Jason Witten just decided to retire, which is fine.
Yeah. No, it's his choice.
Yeah. But you lost several good players over the last couple of years that you were in tenure.
Yeah.
So, that's honestly not a big surprise at all that the offensive
No.
coordinator in Dallas is gone.
Nope.
Jason Garrett, however, is also on the hot seat. I don't think he's got much longer. How much longer do you think Jason Garrett's got?
Year, probably.
I'm calling one more season.
Yeah.
I think if they do not at least get to the conference championship next season, that he's gone.
Agreed. I think, this is probably his final year.
It's NBA season anyway. And NHL, shush you. All right. Final question on the Cowboys. Can they get over the hump?
I don't think so.
No. I don't
I call no on that one.
I don't think Dak Prescott is your answer.
I mean,
Ezekiel Elliott is your answer
2
at
years
running back.
ago, maybe. With the way Dak Prescott was playing. But I think he's proving that was a 1 year thing. Unless he can get back to it. I don't know.
Yeah. Zeke is definitely your running back answer, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it looks like, what's his name? Amari Cooper is your answer, wide receiver there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100% agree. But you need a new quarterback.
You need a different quarterback. I agree with that. All right. I'm going to let you take this away because we're going to talk some Jets.
Okay.
You want to talk about Mr. Gase? Your thoughts on him? Besides the eyes?
I'm willing to give him a chance. I don't really see anything in his background that gives me worry yet. I'm willing to give him a chance,
Okay.
You never know. He could be the answer to what we've been looking for. I don't know. But I don't really see anything in his background that gives me a chance to worry yet.
True. He's got, in my opinion, he's got the pieces right there for a possible good starting to his tenure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and Sam Darnold, they need to nurture and get him to where he needs to be.
Yes.
Because I think he can be the answer. I do. But with all, with the way our seasons have been going, who knows?
Well, I will say this. You did pick up a good off-season acquisition for defensive coordinator, and that was Mr. Greg Williams.
I'm ecstatic about that because that was one of our biggest problems this year.
It was defense?
Was defense.
Oh, yeah.
Allowed too many yards per game.
I will absolutely agree with that.
Now we just
Einhorn.
need to get rid of our.
Einhorn.
Now we just need to get rid of our offensive coordinator.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
I know.
How long did it take you to How long did it take him to finally get convinced to let go of Todd Bowles?
Too long.
Yeah, exactly. What are your thoughts on Mike McCarthy not being picked up yet? I'm shocked by this, actually. I thought he'd be like a hot take, but
maybe people see what we don't. He had the keys in Green Bay, and nothing ever formulated. Nothing ever came of it.
well, he got one Super Bowl win, and
Yeah,
then just nothing.
yeah. Like he had 1 year, and that was it. So maybe people aren't that impressed with him. I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough call.
From what
because-
I see as far as Mike McCarthy, he's one of those, if you really paid – we talked about the transition in sports on our hockey show last week,
Mhm.
and I'm seeing kind of the same transition with the coaches. If you
Going
look at
younger.
it, they're going younger. And Mike McCarthy is one of those ones that's of the old style. And
Mhm.
even when you say old style, we're talking 10, 15, 20 years ago. So that's not that long ago in retrospect, but he's of the old guard. Now we're getting younger. We got Sean McVay going into the Super Bowl as the youngest head coach in Super Bowl history.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So you're talking about Bill Belichick probably going to be let go, not let go, but he's probably doesn't have much time left in New England, to be
No.
honest with you. And now you've got Tom Brady, who's getting older.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got players like Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, all these young up-and-coming stars,
Oh, yeah.
You kind of saw it yesterday on Championship Sunday. You had the old guard versus the new guard.
True.
And you had one new guard prevail, one old guard prevail. So when you really break it down, we talked about transition in sports. I love transitions in sports.
Agreed.
It can suck for a couple of years because you're still looking for that breakout superstar, like a Tom Brady, like honestly, like a Joe Flacco. Even I know Joe Tino will give me shit for that later, but
Yeah, because he sucks.
he does now. But at the transitional point, you had also Aaron Rodgers come in after Brett Favre. Remember?
Yep.
So you start seeing the transitions. Mark Sanchez was supposed to be that for the Jets, but that
never.
that never happened.
No.
RG3 was supposed to be for the Skins, and we see how that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason Campbell was supposed to be ours as well,
True.
amongst many others, including Kirk Cousins. So I like the transitional phase that we're going through. But speaking of other coaches, John Harbaugh has officially been given an extension.
Not a surprise.
I'm not surprised. We actually said it if he had made the playoffs, he was going to keep his job, and we were wrong.
Yep. He got that team to the playoffs, but it wasn't looking that good for him.
I agree with that.
Now,
Little,
a lot of credit also goes to Lamar Jackson
Oh yeah.
for getting that team to the playoffs.
Joe Flacco is going to be one of the hottest free agents of the season. I think he is too. Another person that may hit the free agent market, by the way, is Adam Vinatieri. We don't talk about kickers very much, but we're talking about one of the greatest, if not the greatest kicker of all time.
Oh, yeah. No question.
And he may hit the free agent market just to see what's out there.
It'd be a smart pickup. I mean,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he hasn't played.
Adam Vinatieri played all season.
He's also getting up there.
He's 46 years old. But kickers can go until like they're 65.
That is true, but it's still like, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm just saying, he could go until he's like, kickers could go until like 65. Quarterbacks are where you have a problem, and running backs. Carson Wentz they have given an update on Carson Wentz, which he is expected to do off-season training starting in April.
Good for him. That's awesome.
That's the guy with the broken collarbone. So that's
Let
good
it rest, dude.
Oh yeah, let it rest. Come back when.
Rushing back.
Oh yeah. So speaking of rushing, Kareem Hunt's investigation likely to be done by March, meaning he may or may not be on. He may be suspended for a season, but he may not be suspended for a season. But honestly, if charges are clear and all that fun stuff,
Yeah.
I'll take them.
Yeah. Honestly, it's going to depend on what the investigation finds.
Yes.
But if they find nothing, then let him come back. I mean,
Jets will take him, right?
honestly, probably. Even if he gets indicted and all this stuff, the Jets are going to take him.
The Redskins already have enough when it comes to Foster, but that's beside the point.
But yes, if he's cleared, I don't have an issue with him playing.
Absolutely agree. He's definitely banned from Kansas City.
Oh, yeah.
Eek.
Yeah.
One final note that I have to mention: Drew Brees is planning on returning
Not surprised.
for one more season at least. He wants to finish his contract out. It sounds like.
Yeah, and I'm 100% okay with that.
Yeah, you know what? He played like he was freaking 24 years old this past season.
Yeah, he's killing it. Plus, he's got those records to break, man.
He's only got one more record to break.
Go for it.
He's got one record left.
He needs at least 2 seasons probably to get that. He might do it next season, but he's going to need. I think he's got like 40 something.
Career touchdowns? I think he's closer than that.
I think it was 40 something. I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah, you figure that out in a second. Because then we're on to the NBA, and we've got some interesting
We'll
NBA
start with
news.
that, and I'll chime in real quick.
All right, that's fine. Harden, Beard, Harden, 40 points, almost on average per game for 19 straight games.
He has 520 total touchdowns.
How far away is he from Peyton Manning? That's 19, isn't it?
Oh, it's only 19. Yeah, he can do it next year.
Yep, he can do it next season. James Harden.
I think you want to talk about James Harden. I'm getting that impression.
Do you not realize he's gone 19 straight games with 30-plus points? 10 of those games have been 40-plus points.
What can you say? The man can play basketball.
Jeez, I know we don't really necessarily like basketball, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's absurd.
No, this is a great streak for the sport, honestly, for a person that's not named LeBron.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm sorry, like we're not fully LeBron haters. Well, maybe we are, but we kind of are. But James Harden is that player on the courts that, honestly, I feel sometimes he's better than people like LeBron. Maybe not Steph Curry, because Steph Curry, I don't know where to go with that man, but
That's fair.
because he just broke the three-pointer record.
That's true. He did.
Jeez. It's ridiculous, all these records that are getting broken, but that's beside the point. Who is this? Oh, Stoltz. What's up, Stoltz? So what do you think about this? Like, Harden going 30-plus points per game for 19 straight.
Damn.
I think they're playing tonight. I think the Rockets are playing tonight, too.
Just damn.
Are the Rockets playing tonight? I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you got to say?
Pats win. Okay.
That's what we called.
Yep, unfortunately. All right, let's see what's going on right now. Oh, yep, they're definitely playing tonight. Where's Harden got? He's already got 15 points.
On his way. On his way. Yeah, I mean, what else can you say? Just damn.
Yeah, look at this. All right.
That's
Stats.
absurd.
This is James Harden for the season so far. He's played 42 games.
Okay.
All right. Points per game, 35.7 points per game. He plays an average of 37.4 minutes per game. He has 8.5 assists per game, 6.4 rebounds per game. He has a field goal percentage of 44.
Stupid.
The hell is the NBA? Those prima donnas who push and call it a fight when they aren't slapping each other. That's true.
Alexander Seven, that's all I'm going to say.
His 3-point percentage is 38%. He has a three throw percentage of 86%.
That's insane, dude.
Like, this is ridiculous, dude.
He's for the ages, really.
I know.
For the modern era.
Oh yeah, this is one of his. He's having the best season of his career. Oh, he's got 19 points now.
Okay, there you go.
All right. That being said,
Well, on his way to another 30 points.
let's get on to LeBron. LeBron's actually been out for the last couple of weeks, so we haven't heard anything much about King LeBron. He actually had, apparently he had some kind of sprain, I don't know, or hamstring. I don't know what he did, but he was out for a while. 3 weeks, and the Lakers went 6-10, I think, without him. But they're still pretty high up there, which we'll talk about that in a minute. Does the league need LeBron anymore?
No.
I agree with that.
No.
I absolutely agree with that, because now you have James Harden finally coming to his own.
Yep.
You have Steph Curry, who's pretty much taking the mantle. Dwayne Wade is on his way out. I think it's time for LeBron to move on.
Agreed. 100%.
I'm not saying he's done. I'm saying just the league needs to move on from him. We're starting to get the transition in basketball now, too, especially with this rookie, Luka.
Yep.
I forgot his name, but his last name. But No, Jotina left, so she can't help me with this. But he's having an amazing season. He's my Rookie of the Year candidate. Absolutely.
Yeah, people are gonna play catch up if they want to catch him.
Oh yeah. Lonzo Ball, who's supposed to be an up and coming superstar.
Doncic.
Yes, that's him.
Yeah, his last name is Doncic.
Doncic.
So good.
Okay, that's fine. And he's out 4 to 6 weeks with an ankle sprain. So the Lakers are hurting right now, quite literally. But let's talk about Luka real quick.
So 32
Minutes.
minutes per game.
Yes.
Field goal percentage of 43.
3-point.
3-point percentage 36. Free throw at 73. Points per game at 20. Rebounds per game 6.7. Assists per game 5.1.
No, assists 5 point. Oh, you used
5.1. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm doing
career.
career because it's the same. It's literally all the same.
Yeah.
And I have
His
no
rebound
What's BPG?
blocks.
So he's at 0.2.
Yeah, they don't get a lot of blocks then. But
There you go.
that's not bad for a rookie.
Now 20 points per game for a rookie. Yeah, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, we'll go with it.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, who else you got? Really?
Nobody.
Yeah, no one's even close.
Wizards on a small winning streak. In fact, they won today.
At least someone in Washington can win.
Yeah, right. Goddamn Caps. We love you and hate you at the same time. You know what? We're gonna add a little bit of NHL tonight, but I've got a small little rant, and it actually has to do with Caps fans. Stay tuned. So, Bulls mascot receives a Dwayne Wade jersey. I loved it. I love it. I love it. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm 100% behind it. I think it's funny as shit.
Quick little mid-season grades and standings. Go figure, I'm still there. All right, so your division leaders right now are Toronto Raptors at 35-13, Milwaukee Bucks at 34-12, Miami Heat at 22-23, Denver Nuggets at 31-14. No surprise here, but Golden State is leading the Pacific.
I'm shocked.
32-14, and Houston is only 26-19, despite Harden having an amazing streak. My midseason grades right now, if I had to pick any, Toronto, Milwaukee, and honestly, Golden State all get A's. Denver gets an A-, and honestly, the Cleveland Cavaliers get a giant F.
Yep.
They haven't even won 10 games yet.
Yeah, 90-39. What up?
Yeah.
By the way, where's LeBron? Oh, wait. Never mind.
The New York Knicks aren't much better at 10-35, so they get a giant F from me as well. The Wizards, if I had to grade their performance so far,
See,
yes,
they're having about an average season.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, at least someone in Washington could freaking win.
Yeah, they're
games.
7-3 in their last 10.
Well, that's not terrible. That's pretty good win percentage.
No, I'll take it.
I'd give them a C.
Yeah.
They're having about an average season. Although for them, they're doing pretty decent so far.
But the funny thing is, despite everything that Harden is doing, the Houston Rockets are only 6-4 in the last 10.
But who are their, you got to look at who they were played in their last 10, too.
Let's have a look. Back. All right. So you played. They won against Golden State. They lost against Portland. They won against Denver. Lost against Milwaukee. Won against Cleveland.
Shocking.
Lost against Orlando. Won against Memphis. Lost against Brooklyn. Won against the Lakers.
Yeah.
They kept losing to the.
They kept winning against the teams leading
Yeah, with the
division.
exception of like Milwaukee.
and losing to other teams. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, it sounds like a few.
Sounds
other
like they're a
teams I know.
Washington team
I know.
losing to shit teams.
So far, my post-season predictions of the NBA, it's pretty much as you see.
Yeah, I
Golden
don't see it
State's
changing.
going.
I don't see it changing.
Toronto's going. The Rockets division could be the one that's iffy, but I sense that the Wizards will be not in. Sorry.
No.
The Lakers may make a push for the wild card, and that's about all I can see really happening there. But that is only part one of our postseason prediction. So we got many, many parts to go.
Yeah.
So let's get out of NBA for a moment. Let's talk some NHL. We're just going to spitball it here for a moment. My first thing here is Capitals fans. Okay. I get it. We're on a 5-game losing streak. Yeah, it's only been 5. But we are,
Longer.
but we have lost like 7 of the last like 10.
Yes, and we have allowed
A significant
like
amount of goals.
almost 30 goals in the past like 4 games.
I know, 8 last night. But here's my thing. This is my small little rant when it comes to the NHL and Caps fans. I'm sorry. We're not going back to back. That is the first thing.
We said it earlier.
Yes, but the second thing is here, chill out until next season. Okay? It goes for both of us, honestly. We hate losing. I get it. We hate losing. Okay? I understand that. But look at what we've already accomplished this season. Okay? Honestly, Ovechkin still leads the league in goals.
Yep.
Am I right?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. We still have a real good shot at making the postseason. Fine with that. But you know what we did at the beginning of the season that wins this entire season? We put a banner up in the rafters.
Yep.
My argument with this is, Caps fans, chill out. We already won the season.
Yeah. I mean, we watched what we've wanted to watch 40 plus years.
Exactly.
And I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that victory.
I've already called this season as a win because we put the banner in the rafters. We got this Lord Stanley's Cup. I don't care if they keep calling us a fluke win. Oh, we won against an expansion team,
That
whatever.
no one else could beat.
That no one else could beat. Yes, you're right.
First off.
No one could beat. Even the, all pun intended, the high-flying Winnipeg Jets.
Mhm.
All pun intended, by the way.
No one else could beat it, but we're a fluke because we did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're fluke.
But anyway.
Oh, but they were tired, but they didn't play as many games as we did. I know, but I'm just saying, chill out, Caps fans. Yes, we want to win. Yes, we want to go back to back. Who doesn't want to go back to back? Yes, that's fine. But you know what? We still have a cup.
Yep.
I don't care. Pens fans for the longest time would say, well, how many cups do you have? Oh, right. You have none. Guess what? We have one.
Yep.
I'm happy with one. I'm happy with putting the banner up. So, are they driving down there?
It's just not.
Anyways, so that's my rant. Now, granted, I will say this: defense.
Oh my God. Our defense has been horrendous.
Why do you think I've been saying?
I know.
You look at the game against the Islanders, okay, 2 nights ago. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know how we got away with only allowing 2 goals in that entire game.
Oh, yeah. Our defense was non existent.
Look at what the Islanders did. But guess who their coach is?
For us.
Guess what he was doing in the neutral zone?
Defending the puck.
Not even that. Crowding the neutral zone.
Yeah, we're stacking the blue line. Yeah.
How did we win the Stanley Cup again? Exactly.
Puck control. Puck control. Puck.
And
control.
shoot the goddamn puck to the net. We're doing it again where we're passing first, shoot third. Yeah, I skipped a
You know
step.
what's amazing? You score goals when you go to the net.
I know, isn't that a crazy concept?
I mean, let's look at it this way. The goal that won us the Stanley Cup. Lars Eller was 2 feet from that net.
Yep.
He was behind Marc-Andre Fleury.
And he saw it squeeze from under him.
There's all you need to know.
And you know what?
Right there.
It was chaos. Because everyone's like, oh my God, where's the puck? And here comes Lars Eller. Back of the net. We win the cup.
That's all you need to know right there. So,
Like, look at Sidney Crosby. Look at Austin Matthews. Look at John Tavares. Look at
Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid. Look at Line and all these other players. They're always shooting the puck at the net. We are by far, I won't say by far, sorry, I will nix that. We are notorious for not shooting the puck towards the net. If you pay attention to a lot of these other teams, they're always shooting the puck at the net.
Yep.
And you know what? That's how you create the chaos. That's how you create the questionable calls, possibly with goalie interference.
Yep.
But you know what? You created chaos.
Chaos is good.
Chaos is great. By the way, I hope. Who was it that just went down in a nasty hit?
Tuukka Rask.
Thank you. I hope Tuukka is all right.
Which was 100% Charlie McAvoy's fault.
Yes, and he's not going to get suspended because they're the same team.
Yep.
Whatever.
But that was 100% Charlie McAvoy's fault.
It was, but Tuukka Rask is under a concussion protocol. He is out indefinitely, if I remember correctly. Not for good, obviously, but he'll be back when he is ready to be back. So that is not good news for you Boston fans. Sorry, but your playoff hopes are dwindling a little bit.
Yeah, it's not so great.
Yep. What other big news? Oh, Niederreiter got traded. I did not see this coming.
I didn't either.
Like, I'm surprised.
But with the decline of the Wild,
Wild are about to tank. I'm sorry. I've been sensing this for a little while now, but I think the Wild are about to tank.
I can agree with that. I mean, they've been on the decline for a couple seasons now,
and I think they're about to tank very hard.
Yep.
And it sucks because I like the Wild.
I do too.
And it's not because of only because of Bruce Boudreau. I love their flag, man.
Yeah, state of hockey.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the actual Minnesota Wild flag?
I'm actually talking about the Minnesota Wild flag.
Okay.
I actually like that thing.
Yeah, I do too. It's a nice logo. But I also like the state of hockey.
Oh yeah, we got to pick one up if we ever get out to Minnesota.
Yep.
So another team that's been on the rise this year. Actually, no,
Minnesota.
Eh?
Oh God, we just alienated someone. Oh, I hope no one from Minnesota watched that. And if they do, I apologize.
We're gonna totally get kicked off. Or banned in Minnesota. That would be funny.
Yeah.
They take a snapshot of us. Do not let these people in our state.
They make fun of us.
They made fun of us. We make fun of everybody.
Including ourselves.
Including
We're a bunch
ourselves.
of idiots.
We are a bunch of idiots. We don't know anything. We're just talking down our ass. Well, kind of.
Anyway.
We kind of know things. The Ducks finally snapped their losing streak. Woo! And then I think they lost last night.
Yeah, they do.
Did they really?
Yep.
I was kidding.
No,
but
I think they actually did.
Oh God!
Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure they did.
Please, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, 0-3.
So you snap the losing streak to go back on a losing streak.
You know what's funny? They had 14 shots on goal in that game and won 3-2.
It was against the Devils.
And then they only had 19 shots on goal in that game.
Yeah, well, they should shoot the puck more.
Yeah, sure should. Another team that actually I didn't realize we had 40 shots almost in that game.
Yeah.
Anyway,
regardless of anything, are you ready for the All-Star game, or do you even care? Well, yes.
I don't care about the game. I just want the skill competition.
I agree with that.
I don't care about the game at all.
Fair enough.
I just want the skills competition.
But we don't get to see Ovi for a while either.
Nope, but it's okay.
Oh well.
Let him rest.
Cavs don't play again until tomorrow, right?
Yes, we
Alright.
play tomorrow. We play. I just looked at it. Sharks.
Yeah, we have a lot of home games coming up now. I think about it. When we
Yeah.
get back from All-Star break and our bye, we have like nothing but home games for like the next 2 weeks after that, and then we have a crap ton of away games.
Yeah, they always do that.
So something like that, right?
Yeah, home.
Oh
3,
no,
4, 5, 6. Yep.
California.
Yep. Mid-February, California road trip, which we will get. I'm going to call 1 point.
You know what? I'll be nice and say 2 points.
All right. So we got so far 1 point and 2 points.
Oh, the point. Not really.
No, not really.
We average about 1 to 2 points on that road trip every
Yep.
year.
Yeah.
We cannot play in California.
No, we can't. California. We will be back. I've never been, so
Yeah.
can't say I've ever been back.
I really don't ever plan to. Well, I plan on going to.
No, I want to go to California. That's not even California.
No, I want to go to San Diego Comic Con.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Las Vegas. I'm like,
No.
that's not California.
I want to go to San Diego Comic Con. That's really what I want to go to.
We are
California.
way off topic.
Yes, we are.
By the way, for those on YouTube that watch us later, this is what we do.
Yeah, I apologize if this is not what you want. This is what we get off tangent. We do.
We do, and it's fun, actually. Feel free to always comment and, of course, subscribe to the page and see more of our stupid antics.
Yep.
That being said, I've already asked the Spitfire question in the NFL.
Yep, we pretty much answered it.
Yeah.
To a point, yes.
Yes. Bottom line. I don't have a roundtable question because the roundtable question had to do with the refs. And I wish Josh was here tonight, but that's beside the point. All right, we got a few little tidbits around the sports world to go through. Pacquiao fight was Saturday night against Bronner, and there really wasn't a fight. Pacquiao
He demolished him.
dominated Bronner to retain the title.
Not a surprise.
Unanimous decision. Dude, go back down to wherever it is you came from.
Yeah, that was not a surprise to me at all. Because it's like, well, you have Pacquiao.
I know, it's
And then
Pacquiao.
that's it. Yeah, you got Pacquiao. That's what you got.
Badu dropped the title to Marcus Brown in a unanimous decision. That was one hell of an undercard fight.
From what I heard, yeah, I didn't get to
Yeah.
watch that one.
A lot of people were calling that the fight of the night. Actually kind of took away from the mystique of the Pacquiao fight, which doesn't surprise me because sometimes the undercard is better than the main
Oh, yeah,
card.
I can count numerous times I've enjoyed the undercard more than
Actually, when we
The main
saw
card.
the McGregor fight,
yeah. the
I
undercard was
loved the undercard. It was actually boxing.
But then again, I didn't care about the Conor McGregor fight.
Dillashaw failed to gain a title in 32 seconds because Cejudo dropped him
Yeah,
32 seconds in the first round.
that was not a fight.
Damn!
That was just
What happened to Dillashaw?
hitting the fucking stone wall, man. No, that's that good dude's fist. Or was it a leg?
I think it was a
missed it.
fist. I think it
Okay.
was a fist.
I missed that fight too, but I heard that he got KO'd
Oh, yeah.
in 32 seconds.
32
so.
seconds in the first round. Ouch. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Greg Hardy of the UFC should have known better than to hit this illegal knee into someone's head.
Yeah, I mean, that's like rule number 1, really.
It's like, really, dude?
That's
It was like some kind of
basics.
running knee or something like that he's not supposed to do.
It's basic, man.
So he got DQ'd in the first or second round, I think, second or third round. And he apologizes afterward. I'm like, dude, it's too late.
yeah.
You already
You
lost the
already-
fight.
You already did it. Sorry.
Duke's star Zion is possibly leaving Duke. I don't know if it's at the end of the season or if he is going to go to the NBA draft, but he is talking about leaving Duke, which
That's his choice.
I agree with that.
What were you going to say, though?
it's going to leave Duke with some questions because honestly, Duke has lost more games this season than I think than they have in the last like 2.
Yeah, you haven't really heard about them this season.
Well, they're number 1.
I know, which is
It's-
bizarre because I haven't heard anything about them.
No, let me see what I can find.
Like, usually it's Duke.
Duke, Coach K.
I haven't really heard anything about them.
All right, so according to the score, this changed. Excuse me, I have a correction to make. Duke is no longer number 1 with the new rankings. Number 1 is, wait, let me make sure this is men's. Yeah, okay, this is men's. I'm just making sure.
Number 2.
So number 1 is Tennessee. Number 2 is Duke. Number 3 is Virginia. 4 is Gonzaga. 5 is Michigan. 6 is Michigan State. 7 Nevada. 8 Kentucky. 9 Kansas. 10 Virginia Tech. 11 North Carolina. 12 Marquette. 13 Maryland. Yeah, they
Maryland?
cracked the top 15.
Good
They
for
weren't
them.
even ranked last week, by
I
the
know.
way. But then again, they did win against Indiana and Wisconsin.
Good for
So
them.
those are big teams to win against to move up into the standings.
Damn, good for them.
Oh, I agree. 14 is Texas Tech. Buffalo is 15th. It says 14.
That's okay.
Yep. Auburn is at 16. Houston is at 17. Villanova, your defending champions, by the way,
Yep.
are at 18. Iowa is at 19. Ole Miss 20. NC State 21. Mississippi State 22. Louisville 23. Iowa State 24. And LSU 25. There's only a handful of teams in this that are surprising that they're in the top 25. But there's quite a few teams that I'm surprised they're not in the top 25, including VCU. But that's
Yeah.
so it's interesting. But we're getting closer and closer to March Madness, so this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Agreed.
Once we get more videos and stuff like that in, you'll see more of what we are for those that are watching on YouTube or watch us later on YouTube. We're going to have a fun time with this. We will be doing a bracket.
Yes.
This is a spoiler alert. We are doing a bracket this year. Giant bracket. Speaking
We will have a
of
whiteboard that'll
scores,
appear behind us with our bracket.
well, maybe. We'll see how we set that up. So Maryland lost tonight to number 6 Michigan State, 69-55.
Okay.
But North Carolina walloped Virginia Tech 103-82. Keep in mind, to score 100 points in a college basketball game is insane because they only play a total of like 40 minutes.
They must have really walloped them.
So I'm really, really, really looking forward to March Madness this year. So we got some sort of depressing news, not crazy depressing, but depressing news. We wanted to talk about this last week, but Andy Murray, a longtime tennis player, had to call it quits about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago now. Kind of sucks. He was number 1 in the world back in 2016. And I really feel that it sucks. It sucks when anyone has to go out for injury.
Yeah.
And
Not the way you want to end a career.
no. We just talked about Rick Nash going out with concussion issues, and we understand. We get it. Dude, if you got to walk away, you got to walk away. And in the case of Andy Murray, he was forced to walk away by the doctors. He said, you need to just walk away with your leg problems. It is not worth killing yourself, basically, for these leg problems.
Good for him listening.
He doesn't want to, but don't pull a Brett Favre.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to talk a little bit of baseball. Tennis is something we don't know much about, but we will talk about stuff like French Open, Australian Open, stuff like that, which also actually the Australian Open is happening right now, but
Yeah.
that's beside the point. All All right, it's time to talk about it. It is Hall of Fame time, and these two big names are coming off the ballots in a couple of years, if not this year. I think is their last year of eligibility.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds. Is it time to put them in the Hall of Fame? I understand the PED stuff. I understand that. But look at it from a different aspect. Look at it from the fan perspective. Look at it the marketing perspective. These two names brought profit.
Oh, 100% agreed.
You went to baseball games when Barry Bonds was in town to see if you could catch one of his multiple home runs. Yes, okay. He got caught doing steroids, PEDs, all that fun stuff. We get that. And it shouldn't be glorified.
No.
But if you look at it from the perspective of the fans and the perspective of the actual integrity of the sport, he saved baseball. They both did.
Agreed, 100%.
Okay? We idolize bands like in music. We idolize bands like the Rolling Stones. Keith Richards. Let's be honest, that man does more drugs than you can think of.
He's still alive.
Exactly. Snoop Dogg. Yes, we're referencing Snoop Dogg. He's high off his ass all the time. By the way, he is awesome on hockey commentary.
Yes,
If you get a chance to check it out, please check it out. Yes, he is the biggest sports bandwagoner of all time, but he at least knows his sports.
Yep.
But the point I'm making is that I think it is time for Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds to finally go into the Hall.
Dude, how many people in the Hall did that stuff without ever getting caught?
Probably a good amount.
So the fact that they got caught shouldn't matter. I agree 100%.
They're finally taking Pete Rose off the ban list.
Yeah. So yes, it is time. They should be there, and if they're not, it's a travesty.
I agree. You're going to let two big names in baseball history fall by the wayside and not even remotely mention them. No, well, okay, you're going to mention them, but I meant like you're not going to have them immortalized. I understand why. I understand the PR part of it. I understand the respect part of it, where you want these kids that grow up saying, oh, I want to be the next this, I want to be the next that. And you don't want them to say, I want to be the next Barry Bonds. Everyone's going to look at you like, right. I understand that. But they saved the sport.
What if they did something like raping somebody but still stayed in the sport? Would you feel the same way?
No.
No.
Because they caused harm to others, not themselves.
Yeah. Drug abuse of this sort really only hurt them.
And let's look at it from Barry Bonds' perspective. Even though he did those drugs, he actually didn't win a lot of games. So it didn't necessarily help. It helped his career, but it didn't really help his team to succeed as much as you may think. They didn't really get that many World Series wins, to my knowledge. I will check on that and report back on that next week. But for the most part, I don't feel he really destroyed the San Francisco 49ers. Not 49ers.
You pulled the Josh.
I did pull the Josh.
Here.
San Francisco Giants. I don't think he really hurt the Giants organization as much as everyone says he did. Because they didn't really gain anything out of it. You know, the sport gained something. And that's where I say he should be remembered.
Agreed, 100%.
In the case of Roger Clemens, he's another one that I would say didn't benefit his team by doing the PEDs. He benefited his career, not the team fully. They do have a couple of World Series wins while he was on the team. But again, you wanted to watch these players growing up, so you would tune in. You would get the viewership up. You would get the money there. You would get people to buy the jerseys, the popcorn, the beer, all that fun stuff. So you profited off of these names. Here's the real question. If you're having such a big problem with it now, even while they were in the league. Why did you wait until now to really show animosity towards them? Why didn't you stop them then? Because there was money involved.
Oh yeah.
Now there's no money involved, but guess what? Now there is still money involved. You want to get your viewership back up? Put them in the hall. See how quick people will rewatch
Oh yeah.
the game.
100% agree. Would help the game immensely.
Yes, it would. Staying on the topic of MLB, Bryce Harper today made a cryptic tweet saying, confirmed he has signed with somebody. But I don't know. It is confirmed that he has a deal in place, but nothing more has come to it. I guess we'll hear something more about it either tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah.
But in the case of Machado, it's still the Phillies and the White Sox going for Machado.
I'm calling White Sox.
I'm calling White Sox as well. On that one.
The Bryce Harper one, I got nothing.
Yeah, I know. Like, where is everybody? All right. What I want to do really, really quickly is mention that the Royal Rumble for WWE is this weekend, so that means the road to WrestleMania kicks off this Sunday at 8 o'clock. Live on the WWE Network for $9.99 a month. I'm sorry, shameless plug. But it can be free with your first month's subscription. I feel like we get copyright infringement on that. Probably. I have no major prediction because I didn't get a chance to go through it because our third member involved is not here, and him and I really know our wrestling. Nothing against Matt here.
Yeah, I don't.
He doesn't know crap about it. I'm going to guess it will be number 16 will be the winner this year. I'm going to have to write that down because I'm not going to remember who I chose. So 16 is the number I chose. Out of 30, just give me a number.
12.
Okay, number 12 is your winner.
You can go 12.
There we go. 12, 16, there we go. We have our winners. As far as Brock Lesnar and Finn Balor and Braun Strowman are concerned, Brock Lesnar's going to retain the title. There you go. Done.
Yep. All finished.
I am thankful that they did release the women's tag team championship belts over the past couple of weeks. I like them. I like what they're doing. The problem is you have no good tag teams. You have Sasha and Bailey, and then everyone else.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be Sasha and Bailey that win the women's tag team titles. Injury news, AOP, Authors of Pain, they are out for an indefinite amount of time due to neck injury. That is not good if you're a wrestler. So, yeah, that sucks. They will be off the card for a while. It happened actually at a house show, which is interesting. And last but not least on the wrestling front, the XFL comes out next year. No telling how they're going to draft the players yet. There's nothing new on the XFL.
No. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, so I have no idea what Vince is doing over there. I have no idea what he's doing up in Connecticut. But I kind of cannot wait for the Royal Rumble this week. I actually get to watch it this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. I might be watching the Super Bowl. I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm working, but that's beside the point. All right, so we do one little segment called the penalty box where we talk about our top jeers of the week. Honestly, I don't think that you can get much bigger in the jeers than the NFL refs this week.
Yep.
I cannot think of a single thing that's worse than that.
Nope.
Like, seriously, you've got to come up with something to fix that.
Oh, agreed, 100%. It's ridiculous. Shouldn't be deciding games, period.
I agree. And I agree with Joe Tina when, yes, the NFL, the refs are necessary. Don't get me wrong. They are necessary. But they need to be background characters, kind of like in baseball and basketball. You know, in hockey and in football, you're talking they are up front. They are a thing. They are a big thing. You know, I'm going to be honest. Whenever there's a foul called in the NBA, we don't find out what the foul was. We just see who the player was. We don't focus on the ref. You know? And then after 5 fouls, guess what? You're fouled out, Nolans. Bored over there?
No.
Okay. But honestly, you foul out in a game after your 6th foul or something like that. I can't remember how you foul out, but regardless, that's how we know who committed the foul. We don't need, number 2 of the offense committed a foul with a hand to the face. Like, okay, we can see that. Yeah. Thank you.
Just call the foul and move on.
Yeah. In the case of the NFL, I understand we still want to know what it was because we do like to see the replay as to what happened. That's fine. It's actually part of the sport and why we like the sport and why we can break stuff down and tell you what we feel about such calls. But refs don't need to be deciding games.
Never. Right. Never. Anything else?
Do you have anything else?
You pretty much touched on everything I've got.
Sure.
The Capitals team for not shooting the fucking puck.
Already did it.
And that's Wednesday, too.
I already did it. I do it almost every week. It's kind of getting old because they usually say the same thing.
Yeah, I think that's
well,
it.
Maybe they should change their shit.
Maybe they should watch us.
Maybe.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm not the only one that's been saying it. We talked about it. That duo on We Live Hockey. Shameless plug. Check them out on Facebook. If they have YouTube, check them out on YouTube. But shameless plug for them. They talk about the exact same things we do when it comes to hockey. Because really,
shoot the fucking puck.
Shoot the puck.
Not hard.
It's not. Stop licking people, by the way. Licking people is bad.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I don't know. It depends on who you are.
Kind of weird. Suddenly, laundry day.
Yeah.
You're on Facebook.
YouTube, you can't see it, but Facebook, you can.
All right, guys. It's been fun. I know today was a little bit on the lighter side of things. YouTube, this is more of a punch in the face. Hi, how are you? This is us kind of deal. Facebook is Facebook. We do this all the time. But thank you for tuning in on Facebook. For those that do make it this far into the show, do subscribe to our page. I know we didn't have a single live viewer on YouTube. Whatever, we're used to not having viewers.
Yeah, sorry.
But on Facebook, check us out on YouTube. On YouTube, check us out on Facebook.
Same name.
There you go.
Right.
I don't know what I did that for, but
tune in on Wednesday for our Straight Hockey podcast.
Yes, Wednesday, nothing but hockey, and next Monday, hopefully, we'll have all 3 of us here. You heard that, Josh?
Calling you out.
You Dirk! No.
All right, guys.
Dirk! All right, guys. See you on Wednesday.
Peace.